refugees as well.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on quickly. Recent events in Kukawa local government area of Borno state suggest that terrorism is far from over in the northeast state. Residents of Kukawa feeling down over an ultimatum issued by the Islamic State West Africa province, ISWAP, to leave their homes or risk death. ISWAP terrorists accused members of the community of serving as informants to security agencies. Nikhil, this looks like a reversal to the progress recorded in these communities.
No, the truth is, ISWAP and the citizens have always lived together in Kukawa. Kukawa, by the way, is one of the biggest local governments in Borno State. Borno North. Borno North is one area where Boko Haram has had tremendous success over the years. And there are very few communities in the whole of Borno North where people are staying. So in this local government, in Kukawa, the people decided to stay, but they will pay taxes to the ISWAP guys to access your farm, to fish, you pay tax. So they've been living together happily. And in that area, there is no military presence. So it's those guys that are running the show. The people know what they have to do to enjoy, to have peace with their overlords. But
we will not have a military presence in that community. Is that intentional?
I think that when the military decides where it wants to establish a presence, and sometimes if they believe that it is too dangerous, they will not announce to anybody, but they will refuse to go to certain places. Look at Guzamala local government, for example, where more than 100 soldiers were killed in one day. For so long, the military didn't return to that place. So, no one, in fact, most parts of Guzamala, nobody's living in them, because since there's no military presence, the people see those places as not safe. So the residents, my friend, the Speaker of Borno State, is from Guzamala local government. He has not gone home for many years. Even when his father died, his father was not buried in their hometown. So because the military, when you go to Gudumbali, the headquarters of Guzamala, there is an epitaph in which the names of the soldiers killed by Boko Haram, more than 100 of them, they put the epitaph in remembrance of those guys. And sometimes you relocate people, and these boys come back and slaughter the people that you've relocated. So they have to be very careful which places they go to, which places they move people back to. For example, this town where the tank commander Abu Ali was killed, civilians have not lived in that place since 2016. I think even before 2016, he was killed in 2016. But people, we just have military presence there, but people, it's not safe enough for people to stay in them. But Kukawa is significant because the people are living together with these guys. They know themselves, they respect them, and the terrorists allow them to live in peace. There are videos of these terrorists even sharing rice to people, during one of the salas, in the areas that they are in control of. People don't want to tell you that they are in control of some areas. But some of us know that it's not even something we should be arguing about. We are not saying the military is not working, but to say Boko Haram does not have areas that they are in control of, it's a lie from the pit of hell. You know, this is the truth. This place, they are living with the people. They've been living with the people for years. But there is a misunderstanding now that prompted them to slaughter some of the residents in anger. They claimed that they were spying for the Nigerian army. Now, they are telling those people to leave. But a lot of people are saying, no, we will not leave. We prefer to die here. If we leave, we will starve in the IDP camps. And we don't want to go to the IDP camps. So, somehow, they will try and sort things out among themselves. They will play loyalty to those guys. They will pay their, what's it called? They will pay taxes to them, and they will go back to living together the way they've always lived together.
Well, Vicky, what is it about this community? Is there some economic potential?
Yes, that area, there is big fishing potential, and they can farm. They can farm. This, you see, our people in the Northeast, it's against their wish that they are in IDP camps. They are very industrious, they are very hardworking people. They want to farm. They want to feed their families without people giving them handouts. In such a situation, when you are in Kukawa, you are living with the terrorists. The terrorist doesn't kill you unless you step out of line. They are happy to remain there rather than say, okay, I'm going to an IDP camp where you are not sure of where your next meal will come from. But if you are in a place where you are allowed you pay taxes to access your farms and to harvest, and they don't kill you, they give you the latitude to fish, a lot of those people are happy to have that kind of situation. And if you want to launch a major operation against those guys, they've already mixed with our people. So you are going to kill a lot of civilians. So the military too will have to, if they don't constitute that much threat, they may not look in that direction. They will go and deal with bigger threats elsewhere. I think that overall, in summary, there is a bigger threat that banditry poses, especially in the Northwest, which the military will see as something that they have to address than what is happening in Kukawa.
All right, Adiri, I mean, for a while, we thought significant progress has been recorded in the Northeast, but this happening, what does it say?
Well, it does not diminish the fact that there has been significant progress recorded by the Nigerian military. Terrorism is a very difficult battle to wage, to defeat. Terrorists are always very difficult, especially when it's not a conventional battle. You know how long it took the Americans to fight in Afghanistan? At the end of the day, they had to live with NATO and all sort of things, you know. So it's not always easy. Also considering the fact that ISWAP is linked with ISIS, which operates in Turkey, in Syria, and in Iraq. So they have always played their loyalty, you know, to this multinational terrorist network. So ISWAP is the hybrid of, ISIS in Nigeria, you know, Islamic State of West Africa, and is the umbrella body of all pockets of terrorist groups in West Africa, and it operates in the Timbuktu Triangle. So it receives a lot of funding, you know, from outside Nigeria, you know. So that's why it has about 5,000 fighters. So it's not a group that can just be, you know, I think the last time they were vanquished was when the multinational task force took on them. But that does not mean that the ISWAP has been defeated. Now their concentration on Kakuwa is historic to them, because that place has always been the center of Ekaneme Empire since 1814. So it's a very historical town for them. It's just like what Ife means to Yoruba people, what Sokoto means to Fulani. So they hold on to that. And that place is very close to Lake Chad,
Yes.
where there is a lot of fishing activities, farming and all that. So it's a place for them to, it's an economic hub for ISWAP. That's why it's very difficult to dislodge them there. And I think the reason they are giving for this new quit notice is that they said some of the fishermen are spies reporting to the Nigerian army. And I think they killed about 15 of them not too long ago, even caught the hands of 2 farmers. So that place, they are stronghold. It's not going to be easy to dislodge them so easily. But I believe that with the passage of time, terrorism has no place in modern world. It may look at Osama bin Laden. Eventually, what happened to him? Even the leader of ISIS, al-Baghdad, eventually was eliminated. Where is Shakarau today? Where is al-Banawi? So I believe the new world is a world of democracy where ideas will, contend on the basis of superiority of voting and all that, not to take into violent resistance. And
all right, but when you
that.
hear the people of this community say it is better to be under terrorists than go back to starvation in the IDP camps, what is government doing?
Because they are being held captive politically, sociologically, and culturally. There is the Stockholm syndrome, that when somebody is oppressing you, after some time you get used to it. So there are no options. This is their ancestral home. Where would they go? So if people have taken over their land, with arms at gunpoint, that's just little they can. So they have to, live by the circumstances that has been imposed on them by accident of history.
All right, Biki, any final word on this before we move?
Yes, for years they've been living together. Killing of Kukawa residents by ISWAP is not common. They've been living together, and the people know what they have to do in order not to step out of line. And for them, if they can farm, they can feed their family, that offers greater joy than to go to an IDP camp where you live from hand to mouth, where you are not sure that the rations that will be served will be enough for you and your children.
Does it mean government needs to do more in that regard?
As in the IDP camps?
Yes.
Yes, the government and even donor agencies are trying their best, but these guys are many. There was an IDP camp, I remember, in Monguno that had more than 400,000 people. How do you fill 400,000 people every day? It's not easy at all. And that's why Governor Zulum was pushing to have some of those places liberated so that people can return to their ancestral lands and take that burden of feeding them off government. Because it's not good at all. People are starved to death, in some of those camps. So they will prefer to be where they are as long as they are able to farm and take care of their children and their wives. So I think it's a choice between going to the IDP camp and starving and remaining here. They are convinced that ISWAP will not kill all of them. They've killed 35 now, but they will not kill all of them.
All right.